Pakistan says that show me the proof. Where is the proof that Pakistan has been involved in the terror attacks that have taken place in Jammu and Kashmir? The recent escalation in tensions between India and Pakistan following the tragic Pahalgam attack has brought to light the role of Pakistan in coordinating terror attacks on Indian soil yet again. It is about one state, one nation that has consistently bred, fed, sponsored terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir, all while denying any wrongdoing or brutality. But Republic has the clincher tonight. We have the ultimate proof of Pakistan's involvement, not in one, not in two, not in three, several terror attacks that have taken place in Jammu and Kashmir. Republic has now accessed ID cards that have been issued by the government of Pakistan. And guess where it was found? With those terrorists who have been gunned down by the Indian security forces. Pakistan terror handlers who have executed terror attacks and were later eliminated. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I come to you with evidence, with proof of Pakistani involvement. On your screens right now, these are documents, as well as passports, as well as ID cards that have been recovered from the possession of Pakistani terrorists. First, let me take you to the first image on your screen. Ghulam Shabir, he was killed in Keran sector, Kupwara. On your screen, that's an ID card that was issued by the Pakistan Computerized National Identity Card, which is also known as the CINC. It is issued by the National Database Registration. In fact, from the possession of Ghulam Shabir, Indian security forces have recovered Star Augustine rifle. Star Augustine rifle is the same very rifle that is actually used by the Pakistan SSG. Important to point out here is that this ID card that has recovered was issued by the government of Pakistan to a man called Ghulam Shabir. He was killed in Keran sector in Kupwara. Let's move to terrorist number 2. Terrorist number 2 is Zahir Ahmad Abbasi. He was killed in Tangdahar sector in Kupwara. Interestingly, he was in Rawalpindi jail. He was languishing in Rawalpindi jail. He was radicalized by the ISI. Pakistani ISI let him out, asked him to cross over. He was killed by the security forces near the LOC. There was a death sentence against Zahir Ahmad Abbasi. He was killed in Tangdahar sector, Kupwara, and he too was given a Pakistan Computerized National Identity Card. Terrorist Abbasi was given death sentence. He was in Rawalpindi jail, then radicalized by the ISI, told to cross over, given this ID card that he had. Now, on your screens right now, these are documents that prove that this man was in a Pakistani jail, then killed by the Indian security forces because he was trying to infiltrate. Now, this is evidence number 2. The Pakistanis, what do you have to say on this? Evidence number 2, that this terrorist who was in your jail was trying to cross over in Tangdahar sector, where he was killed by the security forces. That's evidence number 2 that I'm putting out for ladies and gentlemen, for everyone to watch, that the Pakistanis who have been saying, who have now gone back to the Chinese saying that, ask them to carry out a neutral probe to prove that Pakistan is actually involved. If this is not involvement, then what is it? How was such documents, how were these documents basically in possession of these very terrorists? Now let me take you through the third evidence that I'm bringing to you tonight on This Is Exclusive. The third important evidence that we have now accessed of Sanam Zafar. Terrorist Sanam Zafar, who is a resident of Mirpur, which is in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Now he was gunned down by Indian Army. Interestingly, what you see, this is a poster that was put up in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. This was a call for a funeral prayer in absentia, and he was killed. He was neutralized on 25th of April in Sopore. So now we have 3 sets of evidence that we have brought together. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan has been constantly asking that where is the evidence? Where is the evidence? Where is the evidence? This, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, that we always come with facts to you. facts on your screens right now. I'm going to go to Kaswar in a short while from now, but can we also get Rakshita joining us on this broadcast, as well as Gursibran joining us on this broadcast, getting us the latest details. In fact, back-to-back news breaks now coming in. Rakshita, we have got undeniable proof of Pakistani involvement. We are talking about multiple terror attacks that have taken place in Jammu and Kashmir, and there is a direct involvement of the Pakistanis. Tonight on This Is Exclusive, we show our viewers how these Pakistani terrorists were trying to cross over, killed by our security forces, killed by the Indian Army.
Absolutely, it's been years that the terrorists have been waging. They have been waging jihad here on Indian soil in Jammu and Kashmir. And for the past few years, despite we see that there has been the terror incidents going down, we see the stone pelting going down, and many of these. This is because there has been a massive crackdown. There have been raids by the National Investigation Agency that continue. Before the Pahalgam attack, for the past 2 years, we are seeing that there are constant raids across several parts of Kashmir. That also includes North Kashmir. South Kashmir always been the terror. It's also always been a hotbed of terror. But now we see that these names that have come up from the past 1 year, they have been arrested, and they have been also, some of them have also been killed. They have been neutralized. Now, as you mentioned, one of them were also from the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. In fact, there were other also who were hiding in the forests of Kupwara, and they continue to hover around the LOC. They in fact make their hideouts very smartly, and then they plan. They are, of course, supplied with ammunition. Many of the ammunition that has been recovered, the IEDs, the ammunition, the arms that have been seized by the agencies, by our forces, clearly show that it has a Pakistani connect. There's one of them you were talking about. There was a Pakistan computerized national identity card was also seized from the Ghulam Sabir, who was killed in the Keran sector near the LOC. And this is what the Pakistanis should in fact be watching, and they very well know it's just a cover-up game for them, because at the same time they continue to expose themselves when they say that we have been doing dirty work for quite some time. And it's written, Pakistan is written everywhere over here, and there has been a constant fight against terror as far as India is concerned. And right now, once again, the entire world should see and unite against what is called Terroristan. And like you talked about Zahir Ahmed Abbasi, he was killed in Kupwara, the Tangdhar sector. Death sentence was against him. He was in Rawalpindi jail, and then we saw him being released by the Pakistani ISI. Yes.
Rakshita, I'll just